Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support.
Welcome back from Breitbart News. Biden administration asks Americans to report potentially radicalized friends and family. Oh, gosh. This is the McCarthy era. This is just before I was born. I was born in 56. Joe McCarthy went through and weeded out communists. And now it's the polar opposite. Now they're weeding out patriots and communists are moving in, or communist sympathizers, or communist leaners, or whatever word you want to use. Let's read on, because this is potentially incredibly dangerous. President Joe Biden's administration announced their plans to create new ways for Americans to report radicalized friends and family to the government in an effort to fight domestic terrorism. Define radicalized. You mean like some of the jihadists that went over, Americans that fought their own people overseas? They weren't put in jail. They weren't. Let's continue on. In a conversation with reporters, one senior administration official explained the importance of stopping potentially fueled violence before it starts. Yeah, okay. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. How about Antifa and BLM? Let's stop the violence before it starts. They say there were 6 white supremacist incidents in the country of over 300 million people. 6. What about the hundreds and hundreds of protest, destruction, violence by BLM and Antifa? Nothing. This, folks, is incredibly dangerous. This is what the Democrats really are. They've always really been this way. Maybe not every individual in the Democrat Party, and maybe local elected officials are just decent people that just happen to be Democrats like I used to be. I left the party in 2013. I used to be a councilman in the early 2000s here in upstate New York. And this is what they're really like. They've been taken over by the radicals, progressives, and we got to remember something. It only takes 10, 15% of an organization to take over the whole other 85%. Let's read on. We will work to improve public awareness of federal resources to address concerning or threatening behavior before violence occurs. The official side of the Department of Homeland Security is if you see something, say something campaign to help stop radical Islamic terror as a domestic possibility. Oh boy. This involves creating context in which those who are family members or friends or co-workers know there are pathways and avenues to raise concerns to seek help for those who have been perceived to be radicalizing and potentially radicalizing towards violence. Oh my God. What is this like? What's that movie with Tom Cruise where you predict crime before it happens? Jesus. Biden began as president with a stark warning in his inauguration speech about the rise in political extremism. There's no one more extreme than progressives. There's no one more extreme than Antifa. There's nothing more extreme than the current Black Lives Matter. White supremacy, domestic terrorism we must confront and we will defeat. Describe the threat from white supremacy as the most lethal threat to the homeland today. You know what? I'm already shadow banned on YouTube, so it doesn't matter. That's horse shit. The biggest threat to the homeland today is the destruction of the Constitution. They're wiping their behinds with it. Biden administration said it would work with large technology companies and increasing information sharing to help combat radicalization. And there you have it. And there you have it. Any particular tech company often knows its own platform very well, the official noted, but the government sees things as actually threats of violence across platforms. They see the relationship between online recruitment, radicalization, and violence in the physical world. So BLM doesn't organize protests to cause violence, cause billions of dollars in property damage, and ruin people's lives, and people died. Way more people died in the supposedly peaceful protests than died unarmed civilians by police. Yet to hear nothing. It's amazing to me. This is a dangerous time, folks. And when I was doing my series in the next few weeks about finding freedom in America, I took a short trip, 2,000-plus mile trip around. I never knew it would get this bad. Let's read on. The Department of Homeland Security also plans to deploy digital literacy and digital fitness programs to help combat malicious content online that bad actors deliberately tried to disseminate. Oh my God. This is amazing. This is what went on in the Soviet Union for years and years and years. We have to train these people. We have to tell them how to think and how to act. This is dangerous. The official reassured reporters that the administration's new strategy will remain laser-focused in stopping violent acts. This is a strategy that is agnostic as to political ideology or off the spectrum. Bullshit. The official said, what matters is when individuals take their political or other grievances and turn that unacceptably, unlawfully into violent action. Then charge the people that you have that so-called insurrection and riot on January 6th, that there are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of them that have not been charged in isolation. Many have been beat up, and yet you get crickets from the media, including Fox News. They have mentioned it, but very briefly. You know, ideology is agnostic to ideology? What an incredible lie. The official added the Biden administration was taking the threat of domestic terrorism seriously when we redirect the focus of intelligence agencies on internal threats. No, internal threats of their ideology in the Democrat Party. They're the threat to the Constitution. Trump was not perfect by any means, and the Republicans suck most of the time. I'm going to admit that freely. We're in a crisis situation here, but this is not the answer. We're investing many agencies of government and resourcing them appropriately and asking our citizens to participate. In other words, snitch. Somebody says something you don't like politically, you get to snitch on them. It's like saying a neighbor or someone that I work with, I saw him, he's a pedophile. Well, you have to check it out because the child could be a child at danger, and they go overboard, and this person's life is ruined and did absolutely nothing. This is what's coming. Because ultimately, this is really about Homeland Security being a responsibility of each citizen of our country to help us achieve. No, what they're trying to prop up is not the country. What they're trying to prop up is their ideology. What they're trying to do is make one party rule for decades, at least in the lifetime of everybody that is living in the United States now. This is dangerous and it must be stopped. Has to be stopped. I don't know what else. I don't know how exactly to go about it. I guess the first line of defense is the ballot box, which they're trying to take over. The ballot box is our number one weapon currently. We just need some Republicans to grow us up, to start going after these people. I don't even think Joe Biden knows what the hell he's even saying here. He's giving these talking points. Oh gosh, I was pretty high up, upbeat, so to speak, after my trip and seeing a lot of amazing people and a lot of amazing things, and then I see this and I just go sigh. I'll be 65 this November. I am worried to death about my granddaughter, who is almost 2.5. She lives in Virginia Beach. And now I see the critical race theory nonsense and everything that's going on. And now they're doing it in all businesses. Some Virginia law that just recently got passed. I don't want her to grow up to be a brainwashed drone. Just a little robot that just spouts 3x5 card answers and has no ideology and doesn't love the country. I don't want that to happen. It would break my heart. But this is what we're up against, folks. And though all you people out there that voted for Joe Biden, that aren't radicalized nut bars, that aren't progressives and crazies, this is what you voted for. We tried to tell you. You wouldn't listen. You let your emotions and your anger and your dislike and even hatred of Donald Trump get in the way of your better judgment. Well, folks, here it is. And this is only the beginning. And until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.